Hello everybody, Mr. Morel here, and we're going to talk about homework assignment 12.5, which focuses on reflections. So let's fill in these blanks. It's going to give us a little bit of guidance here in terms of a reflected stuff. So, a reflected points. That needs to change before I print these. A reflected point will be, we learned a new word, equidistant. Equidistant means the same distance. Think you probably knew that. From the line of reflection. Oh, no, hold on. I want to keep that. I want to get rid of this and make that a capital. Reflected points will be equidistant from the line of reflection. If you connect corresponding points, the lines you draw will be parallel. This is something that I talked about back in homework 12.3. So if you want to understand this better, go back to 12.3. I don't know how to spell parallel, like that, to each other. And they will be perpendicular to the line, oh my gosh, did you just hear my dog sneeze? That guy, of reflection. Alright, so take a look here. I'm going to kind of be using that idea as I talk about this. So, question 2 wants us to reflect the triangle over the x-axis. Here's the x-axis here. So, I need to find A prime. That's my corresponding point. And the best way to do that is to see how far away A prime is from the line of reflection, to approach it at a 90-degree angle, and I will if I move this direction. And I need to go the same distance. So A is one space away from the line of reflection. So A prime is also going to be one space away from the line of reflection. It's going to end up right here. Same thing with B. B needs to go one space away at a 90-degree angle. So it's going to go one space away at a 90-degree angle, like that. And C is going to come 1, 2, 3 spaces away from the line of reflection at a 90-degree angle. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 right there. And there is our reflected triangle. Okay, so we come down here. The line of reflection is this dotted line. And the whole reason why we spent 2 worksheets talking about parallel and perpendicular lines was getting you ready for this. So, for example, what I mean by that is we need to move from A through the line of reflection at a 90-degree angle. So, like, what I often see students doing, I'm going to do a bad example here, is that they count A to the line of reflection, and a lot of times they go this direction. So they say, oh, that's one space away. So I'm just going to go one space away over here. And then they move C or B. Okay, so they say B, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they go 1, 2, 3, 4, and put B right there. And then C is 1, 1. And so I will always see students doing this. But I don't know about you guys. That does not look like a reflection to me. That shape doesn't even kind of look the same as the other one. So what we need to do is we need to be careful about how we move towards the line. We need to move towards the line at a 90-degree angle. We need to make it perpendicular. So what I mean by that is the slope of this line here, the slope is 1. So when we move across the line at a 90-degree angle, we need to do that at the opposite reciprocal slope. So the slope we would need to be moving at is a slope of -1. Slopes of -1 look like this. This has a slope of -1. This has a slope of -1. This has a slope of -1. So that's how we need to be moving across our line of reflection. And so when I take A to find A prime, I need to move at a slope of -1. I need to move along this line here. Why don't I draw that line in here? A prime is going to end up on this line somewhere. And it's going to be equidistant from the line of reflection. So if it was like a half of a box to move here, I need to move a half of a box on the other side. Here's A prime right there. Guys, should I get pizza tonight? Oh my gosh, I'm starving. It's 7:45 and it's a Saturday and I am starving. And I really probably should just make a sandwich, but I guess I probably won't. I'll probably go get a pizza. But when should I order it? I gotta make 2 more videos. Oh well, not your concern. Okay, so to find B prime, again, here's our slope of -1 right there. B prime is going to end up somewhere on that line, and we just need to make sure it's equidistant. So to move from B, I'm just going to follow this yellow line. It looks like it's 1 diagonal, 2 diagonals to the line of reflection. So I need to go 2 diagonals over there, which puts B prime right here. And C prime is going to end up on this line somewhere, because that is where my perpendicular line is. And so it needs to be equidistant. So we've got like a half of a half of a journey, or half of a box. So we got to go another half. That puts C prime right there. And so our triangle is going to look just like that. Okay? Oh, and I'm so silly. What is the slope of the line of reflection? Well, it's a 1. What is the slope of the lines connecting corresponding points? We just talked about that. It should be -1, and it totally is. If I connect these 2 points, that slope is -1. These are connected at -1. These are connected at -1. Okay? Neat. Next page. Okay. Here, we're going to start playing with the lines and moving them into different places. So, reflect the shape over the line x equals 1. That means that our line of reflection crosses the x-axis at 1. Here's our line of reflection right here. Now we need to cross the line at a 90-degree angle. That's going to be really easy. That just means that we need to cross, oh my gosh, pretend I was doing that better, like this. Okay? And we just need to cross equidistantly. So, let's start with E. E, we're going to just go horizontally like this. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to get to the line. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to get over here. There's E prime. Oh, I forgot to start with D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to put D right there. F is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 right there. And G is just 1 space away, so that goes right there. Connect those, and it might help me if you just shade in that shape a little bit so that I can see it pretty well. Okay, now, this is tough. Question 8. I know this is tough. I promise you, this is tough, but we can do it. All right. So, well, let's do question 9. It's equally tough, but that's just what I have on the answer key, so that's what I want to do. Okay, so first of all, I want to draw the line of reflection. This is going to be impossible if we don't. So that has a y-intercept of -1, and it's going to go down 1 over 2. Or up 1, back 2. Here's my line of reflection. Okay, so if my line of reflection has a slope of -1/2, then I need to move across the line at a slope of 2. So let me start with actually point C. Point C is on the line of reflection, so C prime is also going to be on the line of reflection. For point A, it needs to move, I'll draw it. Okay, so wherever A prime ends up, it's going to end up on this line here, because this awful line I just drew has a slope of 2. It goes up 2 over 1. So what I need to do now is figure out how far it is. It looks like I went up 2 over 1 once, up 2 over 1 twice. So I'm going to do that again, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. That puts A prime right here where that arrow is pointing. A prime. I should have used yellow, don't judge me. Okay, let me do my best to erase this green line without ruining everything else. Oh my gosh. Like that. Okay. A prime. B, again, I need to move up 2 over 1. So it looks like I'm moving up 2 over 1 once to get to the line. So I can move up 2 over 1 once to get to the other side. Oh my gosh, I'm just using all of the colors, I guess. Same thing with D. I'm moving up 2 over 1 once to get to the line, so I'm going to go up 2 over 1 once to get to the other side. Here. D. Now we've got all the colors. And then I can connect my points. And just a hint for as you're doing all of these reflections, if your shape doesn't look the same as the other shape, it probably isn't, and you need to go back and recheck your reflection. When you reflect a shape, it should end up exactly looking the same and stuff. Okay. Good luck with that. I will see you in the next video. Be prepared. It's kind of a tricky one, but we're spending extra days on it in class so that we can be more successful. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.